So you're here with Dove. Tell me about this partnership that you have with Dove.
Well, the reason I am is because it's a long-term type of program. It's not a quick fix.
Yeah.
We know that 45% of girls drop out of sports because they're told you don't have the right body type. I mean, I'm sure you could have some great stories. We're never good enough. Girls are taught to be perfect.
Right.
So they have this, Dove has this self-esteem, which has been their mantra anyway, but it's about girls in sports. They've reached 153 countries so far with their program. And they've reached about 114 million girls. And now they want to get up to 250 million girls by 2030. And so this is to try to make the world a little better place for girls, that's for sure. But if they can teach girls to believe in themselves, they're helping them with self-talk, they're helping with psychology, they're helping with all phases of it, because girls are really taught to be perfect, and that's impossible. So we never think we're quite good enough. And then boys are taught to be brave all the time when they don't feel brave all the time. So I don't like the way we're socialized at all.
Yeah.
I think we should be socialized more the same. That guys are great the way they are, girls are great the way they are, all genders are great the way they are. I think it's really important to love yourself, be good to yourself. And I love what Dove's trying to do, to try to get girls to really believe in themselves, to have the self-esteem, the confidence to go do what they want to do. And we know sports is a great way to learn how to believe in yourself, to have confidence, to do better in business, leadership. They've done so much research now that we know if you put a girl in sports, she's got a much better chance to be a leader. And also 94% of C-suite women, 94% identify with being an athlete. And half of those women play D1. I know it. People don't realize what sports do.
That's
for
an
girls.
interesting part of the stat that I haven't actually heard before. 50% played D1. It's amazing.
They are athletes, and I know when I'm hiring someone, I ask them, have you ever, and I don't care how good they were, I ask, were you ever a captain?
A captain. Okay.
A captain. You don't have to be the best player. Or best athlete, but you want to know their experiences and where they've kind of molded their lives and how they believe in themselves.
What do you think about the landscape of youth sports right now?
They have proven the best of whatever they are usually played other sports. I would have my children playing sports. And I don't care how good they are, but different sports, because you learn different things in each sport. You learn different techniques. You learn how to maybe perceive things a little differently. So it helps your real life, and that is real life. I mean, I'm a jock. I mean, come on, give me the ball. But no, it teaches you so many things, and if you want to be even the best in the sport, when they're young, you want to play. They've done research. The players who did many sports, or a few sports at least, and then decided to be the best or professional in one sport, they did better than the kids who always specialized in one sport when they grew up. Because you want to learn learn how to run, kick, throw. Well, you need all these different things.
There's so many different elements that work in different sports.
Especially when a child's young, you want them to use their big muscle groups more, not their fine muscle groups. So you want them to kick, run, and throw. Just basic stuff. And those are the types of things you want to do when a child's young, and parents should think about that. Let them have fun. Like my brother played 12 years of professional baseball, Randy Moffett. Moffat's our birth name. And he's 5 years younger, and we played all sports together. We had so much fun. I love my baby brother. He's the best.
One of the things that's interesting too about if you specialize, say, in something like tennis at a young age, I was just recently talking with Sean White about this, and he told me him starting his company and getting things, the newest thing for him in business, it wasn't, learning the business side, it was actually being part of a team. Because he was always an individual athlete.
No, but I was in team sports my whole life. I was in basketball first. I played shortstop. Susan Williams in 5th grade said, do you want to play tennis? And I said, what's tennis? And we went to her country club to play, and I said, well, I'm not playing tennis because my dad's a firefighter, and we're barely making it as is. So, but we also played on a softball team, and she said to the coach, Val Halloran, I took Billie out to play tennis, and she says, we have free instruction here every Tuesday at Houghton Park. And that's how why I became a tennis player. I went to the public park, free coaching, free, the courts are free. And after the first day of tennis, I realized that I want to be number one in tennis. I found what I was going to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I was about 10, just before I turned 11. And I knew that was it. And I knew it was global. I realized global. I read the history. I'm big on history. The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself. But most importantly, it helps you shape the future.
Yeah.
Okay? So I've read hockey. What's that? There's a show on something that the first hockey game in England, the men's, though, not women's. But I also, knew the 99ers in soccer. I helped Julie Foudy try to get more money and more behind the scenes. She's amazing too.
Forever. She's incredible. The 99ers are my absolute heroes.
Aren't they the best?
Yeah, I love them. Every time I'm in a room with them, I'm like,
it started with them because
it started with you.
But Julie and I have great stories. She'll tell you what we did and what she asked me to help get more money or what. And I said, where do you have leverage? What are you willing to give up? Sometimes you have to give up something to get something, and that's another thing. You have to analyze it and you have to figure it all out.
How do you think how would that relate to the landscape of women's sports today? Because now they're more visible than ever. Last year was an amazing year for women's sports, but how would you categorize where we are right now and how they have to?
We're the best place we've ever been.
Yeah,
but we still have so long to go. But all these, like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark getting into it, all those things. It shows that how many people are showing up and watching, and men do watch a lot of women's sports. It's like 85% watch women's sports. People don't realize it's men and women who watch women's sports, and men and women who watch pro sports and men's sports.
Right.
And football, we're here at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we're going to start this flag football, which I'm been so into for the last 4 years. Since I was here 4 years ago, did the coin toss. But Diana Flores was in the. Did you see that ad?
Yeah. Oh my God! It's the most. It makes.
That was a flag football
ad.
That wasn't a sponsorship ad. That was a flag football, and I met her there, and we started talking. And I just want them to have an association. I don't
Flag Football Association.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'd have the men and women together, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd have to.
It's really interesting though, because it is a great way for girls and women to start getting into football.
Oh, it's
more.
great. Oh, I played football. I played flag when I was a kid. I played baseball, football, softball. I played, volleyball, track and field. I love.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them all. Yeah. So I'm interested in everybody, but I want people to find their sport, whatever it is, love it. I think. Well, for me, I know that a lot of kids don't know about tennis. It's too bad because tennis is global, soccer's global.
Yeah.
I went to the World Cup of Soccer in Australia and met the Spanish players.
Yeah.
So no, no, I love sports. I love all of them. And we went to the Women's World Cup of Cricket.
Yeah.
In Melbourne, Australia, not too long ago. Yeah. So that was an amazing experience where the Australians beat the Indian women from India. But what was really wonderful is the men told the Australian women, if you should win, we will make you whole. We will give you as much as we got. And that's where the men are really, really helpful.
Yeah.
But people can help each other. And the men, the fathers, like my dad was fantastic. I don't know about your family. You said your dad?
Yeah, my dad was the one who trained me when I was young.
I think fathers are, fathers don't realize how important they are to girls.
Yeah.
And my dad was amazing.
And believing in you as an athlete.
My dad believed in me as much as my brother, and that set the tone for me to go for it. Yeah. And I just want to talk to all the fathers out there. You have no idea how important you are to your daughters, and I hope you'll step up if you don't, if you haven't already, and just include them and believe in them and get them into sports, get them into activities, because girls are taught not to trust our bodies. Sports teach you to trust your body.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sports help me so much to trust my body, to believe in it.
Yeah.
And I think...
and believe in yourself in all different parts of your aspect. Because you've been in the business part of it. You recognize that early part of your career as well.
Yeah, I was in my 20s. When my former husband and I owned tournaments. Yeah. And once you own something and you're on the other side as well, then you understand the whole picture. Yeah. And it really helps because we're always constantly trying to help women's sports. We just helped start the Women's Professional Hockey League. Yeah. Which is just beginning. It's doing great. We're ahead. Great. Yeah, we're ahead on our plans. And thanks to Mark Walter, who also owns the Dodgers, the Lakers, keep going. He also helped squash get equal money. I mean, the guy's amazing. he's great with women too, and he's helped us.
It takes big investors like that to get these.
You need the
women's
money,
sports.
and that's where women. We don't make as much money. We don't have as much money, but we need women to start thinking about spending their money, investing it, giving it to foundations. Girls only get 1% of charitable dollars. 1% goes to women's foundations. I think 1%.
That's
so.
insane.
I mean, I started the Women's Sports Foundation 51 years ago. And it's like. That's where I met Julie Foudy. That's where I met
all the amazing women.
Oh, yeah, really
absolutely.
good.
Well, Billie, I could sit here and talk to you forever.
I know, we could go.
Absolutely.
I know, sorry, we're
thanks
going
so
too
much.
long.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining Bloomberg Business and
Well,
Sports.
thanks for having me, and